The Origins of Life, Waves of Love, Part 3. So, I missed this bit out, the heart shape, which makes it a good starting picture. So, as we were saying, how this functions like the ocean does, like that's like the shore, and how the water would like go down that slope and just sort of become part of the ocean again. And just like anything else, when the water goes into the shore and it drags any seaweed or anything the water can pick up, and it can pick up people. I've seen it move rocks and all sorts of stuff. And so that's just with its mouth, how we're seeing that. So like the rest of the duck, the entirety is making that representation of the ocean, as we've been showing in previous episodes and series. So yeah, that's what I wanted to finish off with. Like, the entire duck kind of makes that, as does any other creature or life form and stuff. So going back to, I suppose, this one, it's these lines which I wanted to focus on. So we're part way through this folder and we've not finished. So back onto this one again. Like we mentioned before, we mentioned that shape which we'll get in on those fish, that line that you get. So you're seeing that line there, and so that's like, it's showing you that that's the ocean, that's the wave, and you can see it turning. But with these lines, which they extend out, what I mean, and stuff like so. I'm seeing these as like the drag on the ocean. So like when we see the wave building up and how all the power and pressure comes into it, you get these lines which appear. So you can see it follows that line and then comes off here. So like this is the rest of the ocean, but these lines are that energy of that wave, which is contributing to creating the wave, or as a result of a wave, whichever way you see it. I kind of think it's both, but to show us an example, you see it's water here. These are those lines. And so this is the wave. You can see like the shape of a shell a little bit, like how it's the tail of a shell kind of comes out, and then you got the bulk of it. So go back. You got the bulk of it, and then you got the tail. So like all the energy of the wave is there. It kind of builds up, and then it comes into its it's where it actually falls over and stuff, kind of thing, which makes it lift into air to a certain degree. So like I said, we're seeing it and stuff. All those lines. I see on the other side of it. Oh, swoops this way. But on the other side, it's going that way as well, isn't it? So it's like that yin yang symbol, the old fashioned one, which has got like the head part of it. Just to add to other things. The mist and the reflection, obviously, was the ocean's going to see out of there. All the details which come with it and stuff. So back onto the lines. You see how the kind of ribbony or concertina kind of pattern with it. And you kind of get it on like your butterfly wings, and there's an abundance of things which have got like this kind of ripply effect. Oh yeah. So obviously the wave coming over. Yeah, so we've got this water line here. We can see underwater. So all the drag lines, look what we're doing to the light, how it kind of focuses it. You see what I mean? Like with an element of pressure between it all, So, I mean, well, maybe not, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the light's going through in that kind of way, so it's kind of making those patterns and stuff. Um, but, you know, it's like the water's using that information. Like we spoke previously on, you know, the reflections of love and light is the interaction of the sun and the water, you know, the information of that and the memory that the water holds. So, you know, that's like your love and light reference and all that kind of stuff as well. So, you know, that's like waves of love and all these kind of things and stuff like so. So yeah, you see that line as well as like a representation of the spine of a wave. And so you got the spine of a wave, and then you got all these lines that come off it. Kind of, well, for this part anyway. So again, that ribbony, you get this on like I said about butterfly wings, that concertina kind of pattern. It's like uneven and generally not like not in any like uniform or you know, like I say, inconsistent. You know. So we see it again. So you get all your lines and all that kind of stuff. That's your spine, isn't it? So yeah, that's it, because it's only just turning, so you can see where your lines are there. I suppose like the mist is hiding it and stuff like that kind of thing, but you know that there's lines behind it. You know, all pressure and how it's flowing and stuff. And this is behind it. It's turning over, and you've got them all here. And so it's showing you on all these different sides where all that is, where all that is, what it's associating to. It's got that bright line as well, like underwater, potentially. I mean, yeah, it's all on different sides and stuff kind of thing, so. So then them ribbons, or concertina. So then again, you know, it's like the inside of the mouth, how it's kind of creating that shape and stuff. Well, we covered that anyway, didn't we? So here we've got the roll of a wave, alright, but including the hump. So you've got this hump shape that goes over it. So you've got a roll, which is a spine. You've also got that line from the fish, which kind of comes up and over, you know what I mean, for the spine area, and the full body, kind of has it as well. So we can see it's a wave going this way, but the creature walks that way, doesn't it? And so we see this part as a wave as well. It's like a lot of waves have that shape. You have the cobra head waves and all these kind of things. So it's like, you know, it's already gone over in a sense. So that's where its mouth area is, and you know what I mean. So that's where the ocean eats, doesn't it? So you got a follow-up wave, a follow-up wave, a follow-up wave. Each one of them's a follow-up wave, which kind of like is the body of the ocean in that sense. But also at the same time, you've got the lines of a wave, so you can see like all the drag lines in that kind of sense, like on the water pictures I've just shown you. See if the water splays out and comes back in. So on here, it's its spine, which is like the spine of a wave, and then you got your drag lines. It's showing you where what it is in that kind of sense. Now this is associated to a plant, isn't it? You know, with colours and such. But also you can see that wave shape. You know, you've got all this. It's like on the fish, it's there, how it comes up and over. So when we look at it on a leaf, we've got that same thing, haven't we? You got the spine, I mean, you got your drag lines. It's uneven, inconsistent ribbon concertina pattern, which kind of forms off it. And also the wave shape, which also turns into a heart shape. So now you got it here with the turtle shells. You got the spine, and then you got the drag lines, which become ribs. And then you've got the wave shape, which tapers off. Maybe not on all turtles, but on sea turtles it does. So you can see like the how it tapers. I think maybe it is on all turtles. So here again, it tapers. You've got your spine. You've got all your drag lines. Obviously, ribs. Got it again with arms, legs, and head. So it doesn't taper as much. It has got a bit more of a bulge up front. It's a sea turtle anyway, isn't it? I think. A manta ray is seeing that same pattern. See, it's inside the wave. It's only half an image, you know what I mean, because it's a reflection, isn't it? So, I mean, it's difficult to tell because it could be the full wave because it's like a circle, isn't it? But it could only be half of it, and it's just a reflection of the other side. So here you've got the spine of a wave, and then all the drag lines that come off it. Put some glass on it over the top of it and flatten it all down as well, so it wouldn't all be in different directions. But like that shell, how that goes in all different directions. We've got feathers, which I found some better pictures. So you get your spine of a wave, and then all the drag lines. And also the shape of a wave. With either one, you know what I mean? That's a reflection. So it's, I see it as distorted. The distorted image of the other image, that's like the real image, the wave coming over. I mean, if you look at it that way, you can see like out waves coming over, like in a 3D sense. And this looks like all water dragging back into ocean. How it all looks flat. It looks like an ink drawing, doesn't it? But you can see it on all of them. It looks like it's drawing back and that's reaching over. So that's also like the reflection of a wave on the water drawing back. Which is what determines the shape of that other part of the feather. So, you know, you've got one which is a wave and one which is a reflection. Like I said, it's distorted, so it's allowed to be a little bit different. You know, because it's a reflection. So sometimes you get it like this. You get gaps, don't you? You know. So sometimes you get leaves like that as well. And also like the tiger pattern. That you can almost see in it there. And when we get those peaks and troughs which get caught into the spine, it starts to make it, you know. Well, that we've covered that on reflections videos of the previous series. See, like tiger stripes. So like all of them lines were used for so many things that we've just seen there, kind of thing. So here we got this wave shape. It peaks and goes over, and you can see all the spiral of it and stuff, kind of thing. So it's like, you know, it looks like a roll, doesn't it, in that kind of sense, a roll of a wave. So it goes two ways. It's rolling that way, but it's rolling over that way. So it comes over and lands into the shore or to catch its food. Oh, don't turn. So it's larva. It's ribbed, you see over the bumps. So you've got all the lines of the water. It's also got a spine as well. And obviously the wave shape. So again, you've got a wave shape. Or a wave coming towards you. And all the teeth of a wave making its legs. You know, how it kind of functions and stuff kind of thing. So, you know, we've got it for his teeth, haven't we? Or his fingers, and, you know, so many. It's like so many animals use it, but it's so many animals use it in different ways as well. You know, it's like how the anatomy is like switched round and it's done slightly differently with different things and stuff. So many animals look similar to each other and stuff, but also the colour of the wave, like you get your green water, don't you? Have a green colour coming through it. And how its head looks like the rest of the body is like, you know, almost like a sleeping bag, you know what I mean? It's like got something over it in a sense, compared to like its head size. It's coming up in what I'm going to be showing and stuff like. Not quite yet though. So again, you've got your wave shape, the body of the ocean, and then it's here kind of thing. You see that shape there? You got all that S kind of shape and stuff. The S shape. So again, this spine, which was a previous video, this is part of that folder. We're 17 minutes in now, so I wouldn't have added it in time. So in segments, like we were discussing on that previous one, and also the wave shape. You know, it's going into that Fibonacci spiral. It almost looks like a heart. You can see it, can't you, in that way? But it's not a full, so it's like it's only half in that kind of sense, and it's like it's that tear shape more than a heart shape. It's like, you know, because we've got several kind of shapes which kind of like seem to be taking priority. So again, you can see it all there. The S shape, yeah, it's like the extremities, or, you know, everything. The segments. Alright, so for this one, this is a little bit different. It's kind of like we're going through the spine and the humps and all these kind of things and stuff like. So with a hammerhead shark, I mean, you know, this is very different. But can you see it? Can you see what it is? So if you see like all of that is like an oncoming wave, like coming over and crashing over. Like that. Background. It's blurry anyway. It's a photograph, not me. So you got the wave crashing over. See how long and, you know, how it is in that kind of sense. Right, so I'll come back here and we'll see it in there. And we can see the pattern of it and stuff. You know, like that inconsistent, splashy in parts kind of pattern. And we covered the sharks previously, and so we could see the pattern on the sharks and stuff like that, where its belly's white and you can see it on the side. But it's the same up front, and it's showing you what it is there. So it's like that wave comes over, and then when that wave comes back into the body, you know, because it'll change. But like where it is now, you know what I mean, and stuff like the head won't change, but the ocean does, how it moves and all that kind of stuff. Like it's created that, and that's that part of it. So like in the narrative of the ocean, once that were to splash out, it'd draw back in, and anything caught in that water and its drag and its pull would bring it into the shark's dinner or the belly of the ocean. So you can see how it is, you know. It's like details are splashing, which is like on it and stuff. You also got the hump shape of the water. That's like the next wave behind this wave. So that's pushing all the energy, you know. I mean, it's all connected, isn't it? So that moves forward, the tail's going to move with it. It's coming with it, isn't it? You know, like a train. And like the spine is like a train in that kind of sense. But you know, if I had a tub of water, a long tub like that, right, and I scooped out the water at this end, all the water's going to flow back out and level off and stuff evenly, right? So it's that same narrative, you know, a snake moves and stuff like that kind of thing. It's got that water element to it. We spoke about like sidewinders and all these kind of things. I would skate across the desert in that way, and other snakes, you know. This was all life, but it's that wave comes over. It's how far it is in that kind of sense. It's already gone over in terms of distance and stuff like that. That water's there, and that's already that's that far back in consideration of it and stuff. So that's how much drag and pull, and then once you're in there, you're in the ocean, aren't you? It depends whether you're strong enough to swim back out and stuff like. Obviously, in this case, it's a bit different, but splashing, all the details of that. This rock sink ocean is, you know, I don't know, like the relevance of teeth and all that kind of stuff, like rows of teeth and how damaging it is and stuff, kind of thing. Like, I mean, water is that brutal, you know. I mean, when if it wants to be, or if it has to be in terms of like, you know, how it acts and what causes things to be like that. Because again, how far it comes over, and you got its mouth, it's open, and then all the like the gills like are forming that ribbon pattern, like on the ocean, like on the previous stuff I was showing you. So I also wanted to mention like the eyes as well. And the eyes are like forming part of that tunnel, so like you got one on each end, which gives more emphasis on the tunnel being part of its vision, you know. So we spoke about the wall of a wave being part of its vision, but like the tunnel for it to have it as well as a potentiality. You see, like here, it could simply just be the hump of the wave that it can't see out of. The water splashing, all of them kind of effects. So shallow, and then it goes deeper, That's like the depth of the ocean. Yeah, just how it's at its form, the shape of it, everything in that kind of sense. See, it's got that tear shape. It forms like the tunnel. So like the wave. So it slaps up so you get on the side of a fish. On some of them. It depends how it is. One of the pictures I showed you had like more of a curved tear shape. But most of them would be like a curve and then it'd dip and slope off. And more on that, the splashing. So the waves come over, splash up around mouth and all that kind of thing, around fins. That blocks it because it's like a rock in way, so it splashes around it. You see like a rock, it's splashed round and up and over. That'll spray. That's on the shark, not the upper spray. Like there and stuff. So you see ocean there, that wave. It's just showing you again, like just that other example of like, oh, it is ocean. We're like looking at sharks and stuff like. And so you can see wave and then you can see reflection at wave. It's like splashes both ways. See. You can get gold in it, like whether it's sunlight or sand. Right, I'm going to leave it at that because we're 27 minutes in and take a lot to start a fresh folder. So thank you for watching and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.